For sake, take a look at this, would you? This ain't a simulator, and frankly, I wouldn't let these three run a bath. Wonderful airplane to fly. I've spent many a night in these ladies, and what a privilege it was. And we start to stir it like poison. Me, look at that. Don't know why they didn't go around there. Bit of press all night, and it's not really a landing, but more a semi-controlled impact. Fill your boots for this one. That windsock tells a tale. Me, bang, bang. There's one landing. There's two landings. Oh, we're coming up to the third landing. We've been charged for 3 before we even get the thruster burr side. What is this Eejit doing? If you happen to be in the market for a second-hand 777 and you see one going cheap, I heartily recommend you check out the arse end, because it's liable to be this old kite. This keenest mustard 767 first officer has decided he needs to clean the outside of the windshield. A swarm of bees due to travel on the Vistara minibus didn't get the upgrade that they were hoping for. Oh, for f***'s sake, watch this. Bang into the back of the other jet. Yep. Here's a high angle of attack demonstration seen through a lens as dirty as the weather. That's what I wanted to have in my bedroom whenever I was a kid. This quick reaction shopping team has been scrambled following the receipt of a mayday call from a distressed chef in a nearby kitchen. Queensland and Northern Territories Aerial Services, known to you and me as Qantas, is one of the world's oldest airlines. Once on the nosewheel, twice on the nosewheel, about 3 times on the nosewheel. That is Eejitry on a grand scale. He's starting to rock and roll like Guns N' Roses. And there's the main gear. And now we're oscillating around like a drunk on a one-legged stool. Pilot flying now starting to tantalise the runway with dangling these treads just above the runway surface as they touch down as smooth as a Rolls Royce. Perhaps that's the limousine they'll be going in to the crew hotel. I borrowed a pair of mucklucks to come up here to the Swiss alpine ski resort of St. Moritz. Sun, sea and snorkeling, just some of the things you can do on this rugged Dutch island of Saba in the Caribbean. No sophisticated airport or airfield or runway surface or lights. No, not at all. Just a dirty old path, that'll do. Slap it down there and whoopsie. The pilot flying hears the rotate call and lifts the nose into the air, having got enough flying speed. At least that's what they think, and then, me, the nose goes down, and the swearing goes from the flight deck to the back of the jet. We're under the command of El Magnifico, the mustachioed mountain maestro. Bang, me. Nervous flyers beware. This is the Honduran airport of Toncontin. 3, 2, 1, bang! And then it leaps across the runway like a cat in a hot tin roof, swinging around like an undecided voter. Just too low in my opinion. Oh, now look at it. Bang! Go around for Christ's sake. There we go. Toga, eye of control. Yeah, I wonder what Turkish for is. Nice down look in, 777. A strong crosswind from the right in cap OK. And now for something completely different. Here it comes. Is it a man? Is it a bird? Is it an aeroplane? It's BA Concorde making a sharp right turn onto the southeasterly runway at the old Kaitak airport. Here you need a tide table, not a timetable. It should have been Toga there. Oh my good God. Please continue. 3, 2, 1. We're going to rotate and go up like the American national debt. Do not attempt this at home. You do well to have a hat and coat as we watch this A330 of Aer Lingus coming in off the red eye from Boston for a touchdown as smooth as Irish stout and a nosewheel derotation to match. Bloody hell, is that press all night as if ever I saw it. Probably a see me in the email inbox when they get to the hotel. In fact, he's joined the Irish Olympic triple jump team as he hops, skips and jumps down the runway, giving finance department 3 landings to cough up for. This Turkish Airlines Dreamliner is on short final to a runway in California where there are a lot of birds dreaming around in the undershoot. Should I? Could I? Ought I? Well, yes, you must. Do a trial lesson and learn to fly! Check out this Turkish triple dangling its Dunlops. Now here's a blast from the past. One of the best wide-bodies airplanes ever made. All that runway behind it like tits on a fish. This Boeing 777 is approaching the landing runway, giving us an ample demonstration of how water vapour can condense out over the aeroplane. 146 was its former name. That's one aeroplane, 4 engines needing 6. Keep calm, there's nothing wrong. The captain is merely waving bye-bye. The Eejit on the right-hand side is so shit at controlling their nozzle. It's castering around like a high-speed version of Charlie Chaplin's Wolf after he's had a big session on the piss. So you think you've got trouble with road surfaces round your corner of the forest? Well, take a look at this. Let's look one more time. The effect of a boot full of left rudder sends the aeroplane spearing over towards the grass. Nobody needs a strike, be it an air traffic control one, a bird or a bag. Well, that's what happened just there on this Let 410, flown by a gobshite who must have their brains in their butts if they've got any at all. Watch them closely as they flick up and down like a bad-fitting pair of trousers. So send me the compliments as I compliment the pilot flying on that fantastic landing. Now, it may be old, but by gum, it's a beauty and one hell of a jet. That is an absolute Germona par excellence greaser of a landing. Oh no, isn't there something seriously special about seeing a Swiss 340-300 coming back into land in the sun of the homeland? And after a day on the slopes, you'll be able to enjoy the fare and perhaps talk to a specially selected local. This 737 captain is fed up the back teeth with the rubbish drinks he's been buying all day from the cabin crew. It's fit for one thing only, he's shouting at the passengers, cleaning windows. Who fancies a taste of India coming into land for an absolutely gee touchdown? This is Donegal Airport, and this is not just any old landing, it's a Kerrygold Olympic standard stonking landing. Like a Eejit, they've nearly put the jet on the grass. Air New Zealand 737 trying to land in windy Wellington. The backdrop shows you just what a hoolie is blowing. Bang into the runway, but they were prepared for this. That left rudder input is huge. This is a big unit and a lovely rollout. Sure, you couldn't beat that with a big stick. The member of the Big Five has made an unauthorized entry onto the landing surface. The aircraft has ended up in this ridiculous porpoising motion. They are buck Eejits. This is Sheep Creek Lodge in Alaska. Funny it doesn't look that bad. Storm Kathleen has rocked up and is blowing a bloody hoolie. It is said that United stands for You Never in Time, Everyone Disappointed. Ignoring wake, turbulence, safety, rules, separation, airmanship, you name it, he hasn't got it. What's wrong with this picture? Bang! Into the light stanchion it goes, and now one slightly bent lamppost is up for grabs on a well-known auction site. That starboard bogey on the runway allows him to demonstrate his figure skating skills, and he smashes it into the ground. How the hell the main legs aren't through the wings, I'll never know. Badass sky god, pushing the limits so the margins are reduced to 4/5 of all. Ciao amici! Shortly after getting airborne, he's not in a bombing competition, it's actually one of his wheels has fallen off. Come into the flare, they're just about to touch down. Here's a right windy day at Dublin for a pair of Eejits in a High Sky 321 Neo. In this episode of Bob the Builder, he and his high visibility friends have decided it's time for a tea break. That starboard pod got f***ing close to hitting the ground. That's another way of saying the nearly hit the fan. Come on, it's there somewhere. Ah, you found it. Good man, well done. Meantime, pilot flying is all fingers and thumbs, so hold on to your hats as we watch this Virgin Atlantic A350 do something f***ing weird with his thumb and bum, mind in neutral, absolute f***ing buck Eejit. Watch closely, this Austrian 320 comes into the flare without a flare. Holy shit, that's within the breadth of a hair. The farmer flying this thing drops the aircraft onto the deck like a bag of spuds, announcing to anybody on board that they have actually arrived at their final destination. Confirmed sightings of these venerable aeroplanes are few and far between, and this is the final resting place of this Air France A380. This is a piss-poor performance if ever I saw one, and definitely much less of the cargo lux and more of the cargo lax landing. Feast your eyes on this cluster. For f***'s sake, would you take a look at this f***ing more? The only thing that seems to be missing is the that's flying it, waving a flag out the window with a rose in their mouth. Perhaps not as smooth as a fine single malt, it is all in a day's work for these hardy aviators. Hello, I'm Pete the Irish Pilot. I'd like to introduce you to a bunch of C words that I've picked up along the way during my career in aviation. This is absolutely buck stupid. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's more like the Pope has turned into being a pilot. Its departure was rapidly followed by the departure of the runway. Fine. No, I think this Eejit might have boxed the gear. Those bits in the front of the wing will come in, and they'll climb him up to cruising altitude. Sure, it's a piece of piss. It's a mumtaz job. Smooth as Zubda. I'd call it absolutely number one. Or should I say, number wahid. Keep safe, safe landings, but above all else, have fun, which is what we're trying to do on here.